permaculture, discussions that need to take place so we can create the new set of earth stewardship policies to carry us forward in the 21st century. The crowdfunding website listed on the bottom. It's a UCaring site, but it's our attempt to get the community and the broader internet community to check us out with Cougar Mountain Farm, 320 acres, 2 miles off the grid. We've been living sustainably, intentionally for 40 years. And at this point, we want to share that knowledge and inspiration with other people. And we've, stumbled across the permaculture movement in our travels that's being taught at Lost Valley Educational Center. They're represented tonight right there. An Approvecho Research Center and many others in the community. And we see ourselves as joining them with another educational center and reaching out to people of the world that want to study about sustainable living, renewable energies, organic farming.
The story that I want to tell is something much different than the paradigm that we're living off of now, that we can see the results that are unsustainable and we have to change it. So where I would like to start is the story of creation. Where did we all come from?
Teach the young ones a better way than what we learned ourselves.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day! Woo-hoo!
So you know what we're talking about, we all got here tonight because I took a stand. I personally lead Fitzculture, President Brown, to get upon myself to address through my platform, to inform, and to raise awareness about genetically modified organisms. You know what I mean? Because I think that is some Frankenstein thing. Frankenstein, Frankenfood. So, I want you all to just pay a little attention now to this song. It's brand new. And it's, we say N-O to G-M-O.
This November, an initiative to require mandatory labeling of GMOs in the state of Oregon. Just out of curiosity, a quick show of hands, how many people here support mandatory labeling for GMOs in the state of Oregon? All right, look around, because polls show that like 93% of Americans want to know what's in their food. We have a right to know what we're eating, what we're putting in our bodies. But Monsanto and their biotech friends, they don't want us to know. They're afraid that if we know that what's in our food, if we know it has GMOs, that we won't buy it.
You might notice I look like a farmer. I'm a farmer. I'm fairly desperate for trying to grow new farmers. Now, farmers that grow the good stuff, not the chemically formulated, genetically fornicated frankenfood.
This is organic corn. This is conventional corn. Both of these have pesticides applied to them, but we know that we can wash those pesticides off. This is GMO corn. It has pesticide growing inside it. It cannot be washed off. You can't cook it out. You can't husk it. You can't do anything. It's growing inside the corn. But according to the FDA, this organic ear of corn and this GMO ear of corn are the same thing. This one has pesticide on the outside you can wash off. This one has pesticide on the inside that you can never wash off, that you can't get rid of. Are these two things the same to you? GMO corn is much more like this. This has a registered pesticide inside it. This has a registered pesticide inside it. They don't want us to know. They're afraid if we know that we won't buy it.
I'm running for East Lane County Commissioner because we need to change, like it says. A lot of the things that have been talked about on this stage tonight, a lot of the things we think about are common sense, like not growing poison into our foods, not taking seeds that have been grown and replanted throughout the history of humanity and making them a product that's controlled by a corporation that's illegal to replant and reuse.
Become louder than the corporate machine. We need to take SB 863, a corporate written law that took away our right to vote on the issue, and use it as a megaphone to educate our communities about the corporate takeover of our food system. If we don't use our rights to say no, we will lose them.
Eugene said, oh, the GMO. Let's send a message to Monsanto. Oh, the GMO. Eugene said, oh, the GMO. We send a message to Monsanto. Oh, the GMO say no.
Within our generation, we're going to change how we relate to our commercial forests. The question is, are we going to change while there's still a forest left?
The only way to rid ourselves of unjust law is to write just laws. The local food system ordinance of Lane County is our attempt at creating a just law. These community rights ordinances are elevating the rights of communities over corporate privileges. There are over 160 of these community rights-based ordinances around the United States, nullifying corporate rights and saying no to corporate harms. You see, the uniting factor that surrounds all of our single-issue activism is that of corporate rights. Corporations are using our constitutional rights to pollute our water, our air, and the food we feed our children. But we can end corporate harm by using the power of the people to take back local control of our communities with just laws.
It goes when the African brothers back home said no to GMO. They said, yeah, we're hungry, yeah, our crops are failing, but we don't want that. Because with that, not only does it bring that pesticide that's built in, but it brings in a corruption that's built into this system. They're going back all the way to that corporation we were talking about. And so we want to support freedom for the people to be able to dig their hands into the dirt and bring up the crop, bring up the youth, bring up the music.
GMOs are known as a pesticide-enhancing technology. Community Rights Lane County began with the issue of pesticides, but seeing the threat of GMOs in our communities and the harm it's doing to our small family farms caused us to work on this much larger problem. You see, the two issues really go hand in hand. So once we have all passed successfully the local food rights ordinance of Lane County, we plan on picking up where we left off and working on a pesticide aerial spray ban.
People, local products, local businesses, instead of the old boy network way of taking hard-earned taxpayer money, giving it to big outside corporations to come and give us a few jobs when we're lucky, churning for corporate sharks who come and graze up our tax exemptions until they're used up and they go to the next sucker community. Why have the headwaters of Willamette River never been talked about? It would be inconvenient for big timber and gravel mining and hard rock mining in our mountains if we develop bioregional consciousness. So let's do it. Let's be inconvenient. Let's win this election.
Yeah, you should know, Oregon legalized industrial hemp in 2009. However, it is not yet legal to grow it until you do a pilot project and get it certified with the state of Oregon Agriculture Department or OSU Corvallis or another agriculture college. No hemp acres are being grown in Oregon this year, just to be clear. However, I've talked with people in Kentucky and they have 6 agriculture projects going. And Colorado, even before the Farm Bill, decided to grow industrial hemp, although I heard that their crop was a failure. So it's not going to be easy to work on the several generations of breeding we have to do. You can use hemp for insulation, similar to fiberglass bats, but made of hemp. You can use it for, instead of drywall, inside of your house. You can use it for stucco on the outside of the house. The foundation to hold a hemp house could be 50% or less of the weight necessary to carry a regular wood house foundation. Hemp can save our remaining forests. You can also use hemp because it's fireproof, rodent-proof, and termite-proof, and you don't have to paint it. They're also building 150,000 square foot commercial buildings out of hemp bales in some places in Europe. And then they started building housing with it. So now there's even a low-income apartment building made of hemp. And I'm promoting that we need to create a buzz here in Oregon, start growing industrial hemp and building houses, because I see a lot of people working 30 hours a week are not going to be able to buy houses, and so you need to grow your own house.
Out on the ocean, pockmarked with platforms, they would drill right through your heart. If there were oil there, it would not matter. If in 6 months you ran dry, look higher up to the mountain top, high above the thick smoke screen. Look higher up into these old treetops. Through their eyes you can truly see. In their eyes you can truly see. Thank you.